would be bounty models. We left off on implementation, right? And we were thinking that some of the tooling that we are using for decision making and some of the tooling that's coming out now for testing, thanks to Haas's hard work, some of that can be used for journeys, right? Not only to folks actually plugging into consensus flows for yeah.
Right. Yes. Can you? Yeah. Just stay muted, dude. I actually want to catch up Aloysius for the work that we've been doing. Did I tell you about this, Aloysius? I don't think I did. I was actually gonna tell you about it during our hangout. So this is exciting. So right now, the thing that we've built, it allows people to first off start off from like a simple like question or problem, like say, hey guys, we don't have enough money to distribute this week. What should we do? This is like the start of the whole thing. This opens a thread, right? A thread in Discord automatically. You don't need to do anything. And then people are like discussing like what to do within that thread. And the person who opened that issue is just like collectively just asking, okay, should we incorporate that in, for example, a resolution? And this is getting updated like regularly as the discussion progresses, like in that thread, the message, until it formulates like a resolution. This is like a 5-day period where people discuss what to do about this issue, right? What to do and do that shit, right? And then formalize the shit that they've done, right? In like what is now formal proposals, if you've seen that, and instead of just like someone bringing up a solution, nope, we're gonna put the problem first, and then we're gonna talk about it and formulate a solution together using like collective intelligence, and then actually implement that solution, and then just like as a formality submit something to dissent to at the end in formal proposals. And dissenters, the people who could dissent and just like throw all this work in the trash, are the people who are willing to be involved in this discussion, either by like, they don't have to like actually contribute to the discussion, right? They could just like click on like an emoji and that's it. We just consider them that they're passively keeping up with the discussion, and they think that this will impact them, and so they should have the power to like, if this doesn't, if this were like against their values, or like was like something that wouldn't benefit everybody, they could just like dissent and just overturn the whole thing. The whole design of the system, even if you were mentioned, you still have the power to dissent. If you were mentioned in the thread, the whole point of this system is fucking accessibility, yo, and fucking coming together to solve an issue, and just like bringing all these ideas to the floor from everybody who's interested, to actually solve an issue that could be impacting like a subsection or the whole community. Yeah. I could show you a demo, by the way. Like, yeah, let me catch you up. Okay. Okay. You still see my screen?
Yeah, Has. I was saying to Harold
Yeah.
earlier that through your work and stuff, we might have like some tweaks which he can then we can all like because he had that Figma diagram and that might get influenced by the outcome of your work, I guess, and everybody's the flow. So no, just a quick note. That's all.
Yeah, thank you. I know that Aloysius, you're going on a trip, so just like a quick demo of the thing. Just let me know if you can't see the thing. This.
I can see your thing. Yep, I'm letting Morgan in to go to the bathroom, and I'll be loading up in a bit. But I can watch. I got you.
Okay, so fast shit. Someone say Apple Windows, like Hero Gamer here, and the discussion says Mac M1 is the best chip, so RIP Windows, and so on. It's like just like okay, so now Apple, for example, I know that doesn't matter. After like 5 days, the proposal moves to formal proposals with the edited text, and then after like 2 days, if nobody dissented, then that's like that proposal just passes. That's it, and it's moved. This is like the idea of Hero Gamer, by the way, is moved to either pass proposals or failed proposals. Yeah. Fair point. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that.
Halo or Merrick, have you? I guess you guys haven't seen that, like the flow currently. How do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry, I'm walking around my house doing stuff. I got a lot going. I had to manage some stuff in my real life vicinity. But yeah, super cool. Like as far as like
Oh, I
asynchronous,
see. Merrick
like
doesn't have a mic.
okay, can you not hear me?
Okay, Merrick.
Oh shit.
No,
Yeah, I
we
can
can
hear
hear you,
Merrick.
Merrick.
Yeah.
It's just Harold. Just
How about now? Can you hear me
thank
now?
you.
Yeah, I
We
can
can
hear you.
It's just Harold. It's just Harold.
Yeah, here I saw that he popped out and popped back
Like
in.
always.
So a second. Oh, that's Discord, man. That's the other thing. Shit, is that we need to like. Like in terms of like managing asynchronously, but like also discussion across languages and like translation. Sorry, that's not related. That just spawned another thought. As to what you presented, Haz. Yeah, dude, wicked stuff. I've been like kind of watching because I have notifications on my phone anytime someone does a test in the server, so I've like been watching them come through and like kind of following along and like yeah, I want to try it out soon myself. I'm very excited for the work.
Yeah, definitely, dude. And also, like, I always just this like flowchart by Harold. Also, thank you so much, Harold. Actually, is like a good is how we envision using this flow. I think Harold, if I'm not butchering this, this is gonna be the women's council, and this is like the men's council, and wolf representative of each council. I'm not sure if the right word is council, but can't remember it. And then the flow goes through to both the Discord post, and that creates a document, and the document is in active issues, and then after discussion it goes to formal proposals. I think this is like a thank you so much for doing this, Harold. Appreciate that. but I don't want to cut like the good conversation that you were having, both you and Gary Gamer. But yeah, I wanted to get you up to speed, Aloysius, before you leave us. No, can't hear you. But good stuff. I think you're saying good stuff. But try again, please.
I said, thanks for filling me in. I feel like if I talk slow, it might work. This is all great. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna evolve and what's gonna come from it. And the visuals are awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you kindly, everybody. Yeah, I'm glad the visuals help folks, and there could possibly be more granular flowcharts as well. At least for the formal proposal processes, showing some of that flow. Wolf Clan brings the issue to the floor, and it's deliberated between Wolf and Bear, validated by Turtle. That type of simple oversimplification stuff might be useful as well as we get into more robust testing from folks that are already onboarded into these temporary structures. Yeah, I'm tired of saying exciting, but yeah, it's surreal. I think it's the more accurate word in a lot of ways, because yeah, just the ease of it going into policy kit and whatnot, and yeah, hopefully it has a whole lot of relevance for journeys too, right? Because unless I'm mistaken, right, Haas, like a lot of the same tooling could be useful for, the same things that are useful for bottom-up quorums and the times countdown, is useful for ensuring accessibility in different journeys once they're posted, right? And you even make use for obviously plugging folks into these governance processes whenever that's needed in journeys model, but it can actually help us implement journeys too, if I'm not mistaken. So that is a beautiful introduction, Haz, into you know how this tooling can help us in journeys. Is there any questions on this, right? Instead of an issue, right, it would be a flow from the beginning of a journey being posted, right? But maybe there's some more clarification around this, or some fleshing out that we have to do, or some refreshing for maybe some folks that have missed some sessions on how we've thought about this before. But I'm pretty excited about what this can mean for bringing together different parts of the ecosystem. Even just with the mentioning flow, mentioning flow with folks that have identified themselves with these deeper functions of turtle, wolf, and bear. We mentioned different roles also being attached to the journeys in the post, right? A template of some kind, maybe, laying out the different disciplines that might be useful for a particular journey. So I think that, along with some type of connection to function in the clan design, could really start to, and it's almost necessary, right? Because there undoubtedly will be governance issues that pop up in the journey's context, and it could bring folks into governance processes that usually wouldn't ever want to find themselves in governance processes or have a use for them, right? So yeah, I'll shut up, but maybe this sparks some ideas for folks around journeys. Hero and Merrick, I know you've been in these sessions before, but anybody else who maybe has some questions, or clarifying questions, feel free to ask.
I think last time you talked about having some visualization that comes with the journey or task creation. Could you maybe elaborate on that?
Yeah. Well, maybe I need some help remembering exactly what point you're referencing in terms of visual. I think I say visualizations quite often now, whether it's some of the Dada references or things like these flowcharts that I know are useful. Was I speaking on somewhat of a flowchart for journeys, right? In terms of what it might look like in terms of somebody using it.
I think last time we were talking about, like, rather than, that's what I remember anyway, that instead of a very bounty like system model, you want a more like more journey like model, or like more like a warmer type of UI. Is that right? Or something like that?
Yeah, I think you. I don't know. Maybe I'm conflating some of the things too just right now, but yeah, I remember you. I think it was a conversation that stemmed off of you just giving a warm welcome to somebody, right? New folks coming into the server, and it made me think of all of the different ways that we can ensure that a warm experience, right? And one of those ways is through the visualizations that we speak about with Dada, depicting our different, what are normally invisible exchanges, right, of value between each other. And I think we did bring it into, now that I'm saying it out loud, I think we did bring it into Journey's conversations, where just like how this can have a function in other parts of advocates, right? Depicting, for example, just different data things or props, right? In those type of exchanges, we can also have, we spoke of trying to get folks in Journeys. Instead of product design, right, thinking of systems design, right, and that's kind of the journey aspect that I think you were speaking to. And if we have a broader advocates commons that we're trying to bring visualizations to track what's normally invisible, we can do the same thing for the commons at a more granular level that pop up in journeys, right, from all these different backgrounds, disciplines, folks looking for help in writing grants or what have you, right? Support in grants. This type of stuff lends itself to identifying commons flows at even that more granular level, things going on inside of advocates. And that I think it could lend itself to a warm horizontal feeling, right? Being able to plug right into different flows. And I think that, I don't know if it was maybe an Invisible Exchanges working group, but the idea was to have corresponding nodes in the visuals, having corresponding threads, if I'm not mistaken, right, in a Journeys UI. And so thank you, Hiro, for reminding us where we left off there, because I think that did get pretty exciting, right, in terms of all in Discord UI, or user experience as well, right, much like the consensus flow, but still fairly robust, right, in terms of accessibility, this feeling that's conducive to the ethos that we want to give of certainty and autonomy and access to upskilling along with the monetary, right? So yeah, I think that's where we left off. Thank you, Hiro. It's starting to come together, and yeah, we could probably use some flowcharts that get some of this down for us, just so we don't forget it, because it took you jogging my memory to remember where we left off. But we also have the recording, so we'll get that down in documentation as soon as possible. Let me know if that sparked anything too, y'all. It's pretty exciting, or if it made sense.
I just want to say that I think we can start working on the design together of the journeys after the I think we have a final design of the contestable spec right now, at least the first step. Of course, we're going to add to that as this is more stable. I'm just like, I'm excited to just like work on the design of the system of journeys. I think we can definitely pick up some of the modules that have been built in the consensus flow. I'm right now working on keeping the code of the policies in the policy kit repo, or our own policy kit repo, which has been super modified right now, so that it's open source anyway, and it's not as inaccessible as it is right now, where the code isn't in a GitHub repository, but is in PolicyKit. But yeah, also just they're going on a trip, I think, for like this whole week. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Hero gamer, good.
So I'm envisaging like we're gonna have another chart of this, but for journey, right? But that's almost like gonna be like a V2, like a evolution from props and did a thing. Am I right? Or is it something separate from props and did a thing?
I think it can be something. I think it is. Right? We envisioned it as something separate, right? As our approach to task creation or bounties, right? So with did things and props, it's folks telling you how they want to contribute, how they have been contributing potentially, right? Folks giving each other gratitude for how they're deciding themselves, and usually conventional bounty programs. I'm sure there's other ways of garnering community support for certain bounties, right? But there's usually some processes, some type of governance process that likely top down, right? That decides, right? What bounties get put up there. But even in some of the peer-to-peer approaches that may be out there as well, there's likely a Bayesian of attraction towards product design, right, as opposed to system design, a Bayesian of attraction towards scarcity and competition. So those are our thinkings, right? It's something separate from data things and props, but our own thing when it comes to bounties, bringing system design to it. But it's a valid question, because in giving that example, right, around data things and props and visualizations and threads, maybe we can imagine more channel-based contributions with similar data things and props templates, with visuals accompanying each work stream, right? But there seems to be some benefits to having all of the work streams in one feed as well. But maybe there's some benefit to other approaches as well. This is something that we just have to keep sense making on, but I'm sure there will be evolutions to did a thing in props just in some of the questions like this, right? And the blending of these sessions.
Right. So it's did a thing is more like as like community members self-initiated activities, whereas journey is more like this stacks advocates organization put out some work and anybody can try and complete it. But we are discussing what the process is to come up with those jobs.
Yeah, and ensuring that the ethos doesn't change, right? From the general advocates model, and preservation of core values, long-term sustainability, right? That stays true even in, a task creation model, bounty model that usually devolves into other things, right? Gaming or, games of scarcity. So it's uh, yeah, this is our attempt to resolve some of that, I guess.
Has there been any examples of task creations in the past?
Yeah. So there's been, kind of at the whim of core team, right? Of what was Blockstack, or I'm sure Hero still does some of this. Just right before the launch of the Stack Exchange officially, right? There are these bounties around testing, right? To help get some testing done before going live. There's other important things around clarity in the past, right? That has helped build out open source, tooling for clarity, right? Just Friedman alone, or folks like Haas.
Okay, I think I might got it now. If so, basically, I thought I initially thought it was journey creation just for the Stacks advocate, but no, you are talking about creating a system design that actually is bigger and used wider by you know different entities within Stacks ecosystem. They can implement this new system design. So we are almost like advising them what are the processes to create those bounties in Stacks. That's gonna, yeah. I think it's making more sense in my head now.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the first sessions we spoke on this, right, where it could be some folks' only point of contact with advocates, right, as they come into the server, come into advocates, they might not see data things first, or props first, as some other folks, that's their only point of contact. And nonetheless, may get plugged into some cohesive governance that the advocates are using, right, because it's accessible to anybody who is using or participating in journeys, right? But it's nice too to know, if you're certain, that even if that's the only point of contact, that our ethos fractals out, that our structures can fractal out in terms of regenerative commons-based design being incorporated in the approaches to these respective journeys, which could be folks looking for help in the grants program, right? Folks being brought here and connected to us through the ambassadors program, because the ambassadors program is showing folks that this is how you can garner community support, ensure that you have some ideas that are aligned with the core values of the community, right? And it's some carved paths for community support in grants and broader ecosystem things, right? But also a point of bringing folks together that would otherwise be disparate in terms of maybe even aligned values, or decision-making processes that stay, not just beyond autonomous, right? Because if you're never coming together, you're just kind of doing your own thing, and autonomous in this regenerative commons sense, really referencing mutual aid, right? This intricate connection between individual autonomy being dependent on mutual aid, as a function in our system design. So yeah, I kind of got distracted with some of that noise. Hopefully, I came through and it made sense. But yes, we're excited, really excited, and thanks for making that connection to the broader ecosystem, because I think that's where a lot of my excitement lies from our early sessions, recognizing that this can be a very key function for advocates, in addition to other things going on.
Yeah, one thing that I might say is that I think we have a lot of good, a lot of people who have like talents. I think one thing is definitely to support them, like put their talents into something that they'll feel good about. One thing that I've actually been thinking about, or one I think epiphany that hit me today in particular has been in how valuable labor is to the people receiving it, especially like if they actually see the value of it. One small thing, one small example, personal example, actually. I hope my mom doesn't watch this. Was before we got a half automatic washing machine, she would wash the white clothes with like I think it was chlorine or something. I'm not sure what it is. Bleach. And she would use like this blue material or blue powder thing, not to keep it. It's just to keep it white, not instead of yellow. And just thinking about that, and it just like hitting me this epiphany that how hard that work was for her and her parents, and at the same time how valuable she, how good she felt when we as children wore that these white clothes. I think such lasting memories. I think it can happen between people who actually know each other, who might have a shared goal to do. As long as it's something that brings or feels valuable to them. I just love to share that.
Well, first off, like that's like a beautiful like reflection of like labor from your mom, and like labor out of love, right? It's like labor out of love that you shared. I had something I wanted to respond to before that, and I'm having trouble remembering because I was like feeling that. Like I respect that. I appreciate that. I love that. That's good stuff. Yeah, about feeling good about the systems that you are contributing to with your labor, right? Like that was a big reason why. Like I was on a pathway to enter some more conventional like systems of engineering and labor and stuff like that, and I didn't want to contribute to those systems. Like I didn't want to contribute my energy, and I felt like holding back from what I was contributing because I could see the effects of what I was contributing. And so I like gradually was stepping away from more conventional streamlines or like pathways that were set out that I've been looking at, and eventually ended up here, right? And I feel like here we got. so close to just being able to let everything out, like be able to let out like all the things that I want to help with, right? And have that be guided and be managed in a way that's going to be conducive to peace, right? A lot of the stuff that I used to be on the pathway to was like building war technologies. Like I used to be in the VR and stuff, and I was like organizing stuff through the university that I was a part of, right? But like the companies that were actually in industry, in that industry, were like, extractive mining companies, or like secondary, like providing services to those companies too, right? And so much of engineering is like that, and especially in Canada, like so-called Canada, where I'm at, there's a lot of like multinational mining companies and fracking companies, and all around the world that like are doing just awful things. I won't go into detail in this particular rant, but like you're setting a path to like contribute to that, even just in contributing to academia, because any contribution that you make, it gets locked up in a way either through what's it called, like the ego exchange network of like people that write papers within conventional academia, right? I'd probably phrase that poorly, and there's more nuance to what I wanted to say there, but other folks have written more on it, and I can't think of anyone to say right now. There's like a lot of problems with established, I don't know. Leaving all that aside, I feel really good about contributing to this actually, or contributing to like what we're building through Advox and the things that we're connected to, and I feel good connecting to the people that I've been connecting with here, right? And I think it can help unleash a lot of creativity from people that in other systems are not able to safely let that creativity out. Yeah. Check.
No, thank you, man. It's beautiful. From both of you, Haas and Merrick, of course. These notions of mutual aid, right? The benefits of mutual aid in felt, in things that are visible in felt. And even your point, Merrick, made me think about this feeling thing, this felt thing, this certainty thing, in autonomy, right? You dovetail off of Haas, so I think that's why it's similar. In terms of this speaking to autonomy, something clicked recently, right, about this lip service to autonomy in DAO-like structures, and it's almost like one of these phenomena, right, where it's in the language, but in the practice, in the micro, right? It's in the macro language, but in the micro practice, it's absent, right? Because we don't really have a function for autonomy. If we had a function for autonomy, we wouldn't be here trying to rebuild systems that don't exploit people, right? And don't exploit ecosystems. If ecosystems had autonomy, we knew what it felt like to have autonomy. We wouldn't be thinking about these centralized systems, right? And so it's kind of ironic, right, that if you keep going, if you still have conventional structures in your DAO, top-down organization, just Robert's rules of domestic international law, and you just follow with that because it's what you need to legally get by, and it's also just what we know, how to organize each other. There's no real function of autonomy in these models of organization, whereas in regenerative commons-based models, there is a tangible function of autonomy, and it's in that feeling, it's in that felt certainty and access to the regenerative commons. This is why I think it came up as something worth tracking, right? But it's also it's this feeling of decoupled authority, right, or decoupled power from innovation. Right? And this is, I think, what Haas was speaking to, and I think what you're speaking to as well, Eric, right? Because when you have autonomy and authentic horizontal systems, you can ask whoever is in a point of a position of influence or a position of representation. You can ask, well, why don't we do it this way? Because this way is harmful. Right? It's not possible in other forms of organization. You don't have the autonomy to give all you want into your craft, because you feel like pieces of that contribution will be used for exploitation or destruction, right? And so that right in there, right, you can see how it stagnates innovation. And we can use the momentum that's been around in the Stacks ecosystem forever, right, to complement this ethos, this decoupling of control, right, and innovation, how it increases the innovation rate, or in theory it should, right? And I think this is us getting a little bit deeper into the details of distributed power, of decoupled top-down power from innovation, right? It's one thing to remove a middleman. What happens when you remove entire structures of bureaucracy, of obfuscating, right, or however you say that word, unalienated value circulation of innovation of a particular system and generates value in it. And so I think this is what both of you were speaking to. Haas is a little bit harder to name exactly what that is, right? The joy of a mother and the children having clean clothes to wear. The hidden exchanges of mutual aid, maybe, right? The hidden capital of mutual aid, the hidden reciprocities of mutual aid, could be something that we track as a form of felt autonomy. Right? This is where I think these tracking of intrinsic values, things, exchanges that usually go invisible, become a powerful mechanism of transformation and distinguishing authentic Web3 models, right? Where unalienated value should be synonymous with Web3, as opposed to the same conventional models in Web3 infrastructure. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense, but it's powerful stuff, I think.
I just want to hold on to that Web3 should be synonymous with the feeling felt from unalienated value exchange. I mixed up the order, but I just wanted to re-say that out loud because, yeah.
No, thank you kindly, y'all. And maybe as simple as a corresponding visualization of the NFT that corresponds to this felt autonomy in these different ways. And that's what makes up the visualizations. It comes right from a thread, right? A thread that commemorates that the minting or the opting into that NFT. And it's a thread in a journey, or a thread in I don't know if any of this makes sense in terms of user experience, but it can be a way of ensuring we have a warm user experience for folks coming into journeys, where you can kind of build on this feeling, right? Folks can build off of each other's felt autonomy, and it looks like there's different forms of felt autonomy. Right? We've talked about the autonomy of having your voice heard in council. We've talked about the autonomy of just having access to monetary funds or other types of resources, horizontal upskilling. And I think this is maybe a little bit deeper into what horizontal upskilling really is when you think about what Merrick was describing. And then when you get into the nuance of what Haas was describing, I think we get even further into different forms of felt mutual aid. Haas's example is really hard to name for some reason, right? But there's something beautiful there to play on, I believe, right? Even if it's just commemorating labor or moments of appreciating one's own labor or the impact of one's own labor. Maybe this is something that we track and aim better in the future. But I'll shut up.
Hey, I so I use this story. I have a computer monitor, and it has like a display port, and an HDMI port, and all the display port cables that I got were working, and now I got out. Yeah, this gets into a microversion. Anyway, yeah, I would say that the thing is, Harold, I want to give you like understandings of the things that we can do, and I can tell you confidently we can do everything. So the funny thing is that you know how Metagov just gives like policy kit all these all that access to all these different plugins so that they can, for example, access source code data without having to do all the processing or like Lumio or any of that stuff. I can like build some custom shit to interact with like the Stacks network. Like for example, one thing that I've been thinking about when it comes to NFTs is NFTs that non-transferable NFTs that can be done. That's easy as fuck. Like the whole idea is just to not have a transfer function. That's like if you think about it, it's just like giving you less work. We can also have like a node app that sends like transactions to a contract through a trusted third party. That third party is like an address with a key. That key is just private to the server that we have, so nobody else can see it. So we can definitely interact with Stacks. It's not gonna be native, but fuck it. I think the third party thing can be a good starting point, since like the point about trustlessness in that exchange is it doesn't matter since the contract itself would say, for example, that this NFT can't be taken away. For example, let's give it the one issue that we might face is like centralization, because everything's gonna be on the server. So this is like shit a little. So we can definitely like in the future. I don't think we should like anticipate all the issues that we might face in the future when it comes to security and such. I think personally, I think that that we can definitely move forward slowly when it comes to like integrations with stacks and so on. The operation that we have is small, a little bit, which is good. And even if it gets bigger, the interactions themselves, I think, are things that we can handle, since that I think the design of the entities being invented can handle like, okay, we're gonna just like have entities going out at like, I don't know, whatever point of the future. I could also design the contract as such to not to take a lot of inputs, as in I could mint entities for a huge list of people, and not worry about like in one transaction, and not worry about like it failing. One thing that in the infrastructure that we have right now is that we have an actual stacks node, a full stacks node actually in the server. So that means that we can submit transactions to that node, so we don't have even to just like submit to the stacks node itself if it failed or anything. The mempool of all the nodes is shared anyway. So from the infrastructure point of view, I think it's good enough. But yeah, I'm just like giving you all the circumstances we have. We can do anything. I think the part that we need is just like to work in design. I also think that I think we can move forward with the consensus flow. I could start moving to the Stack server tomorrow, max. I'm glad that Hero Gamer is probably in a time zone that is close to the UK, with people that I think might be speaking a British accent, but which will be helpful in like integrating or migrating the consensus flow from the alpha server. So I'll appreciate if a certain person with probably some connections to people who speak Cockney helps me like around those things, because he's a really helpful person who's definitely not in the UK. But yeah, love you, Hero Gamer.
Wait, what do you need help on exactly?
Say that again.
What do you need help on?
No, I'm just like generally saying that because you're always helpful. You know what? Actually, all that, like, your existence is helpful. Thank you so much for existing.
Oh, thanks.
In the UK.
Maybe.
No, this is huge, Oz. It really is. To be able to move it to server, hopefully everything goes smoothly. And hopefully we have some good updates for folks. These polished flow charts, if folks want to try getting into, using or testing it in that way as well. They have something to go off of besides that long consensus flow spec. So, no, this is, No, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's leave the floor.
I had some thoughts when you were discussing about autonomy and stuff. So it kind of reminds me of there's a saying in Bitcoin like decentralized in name only, right? Dino. So it's like autonomous or autonomy. You're saying in name only. So it's like no. Yeah, just reminds me of that. And what else? But yeah, like, and my other thoughts was because I don't know how involved you guys are in the NFT space, but I'm like there every day, sort of seeing projects starting, seeing projects already thriving at different stages, seeing projects just before launching, they're on Twitter. That's how they usually start or where they're usually born. So my thought was that basically we need to design this system design, but I guess so probably more of a question then I guess is like we want this system design to be implemented not only by the Stacks Foundation people, not hopefully get implemented in some sort of ways by different parties in the Stacks ecosystem, like Stacks Foundation, like Hero, or like Trust Machine, and maybe plus all the projects that intend to launch on Stacks or already exist in Stacks. But I guess that's a question like, do you see this system design get implemented by what type of entities or projects? And then my second point, which is more like a comment or statement, that if it's for NFT projects, for example, rather than the say Stacks Foundation, if it's for NFT projects, I think we through the everybody's sense making session, and after sense making session it becomes more like a concrete idea with some flows, and then we discuss with us how that can be practically implemented. And then what I think is important is to actually be able to demonstrate to a new project coming onto Stacks how that is able to integrate it kind of seamlessly into their maybe they have some bounty creation process as well. Yeah, I'm just thinking on the practical level, like once this system is all discussed and designed, how the user going to be integrating this system design. So yeah, I guess I'm jumping ahead.
I think it's useful, and I think that's how we got here to a large point, jumping ahead sometimes, right, and then kind of trying to root ourselves back in reality of what's possible, where we actually are. But I think it's very useful to do those type of thought experiments in terms of this is essentially it is a part of the open source tooling that's coming out of Advocates. It's a part of the Advocates Commons. Makes up the Advocates Commons from all of our different contributions, and the plug and play ability of it all is pretty interesting, right?